Today we're going to put together two earbuds, which has many people wondering. On the one hand, the JBL Wave Flex 2 is full of technology and with a huge brand, and the other, the signature of Philips. The Philips TAT1109 proves you don't need to spend a fortune to get high-quality sound quality. The question is it worth saving and going to Philips? Or is the additional investment in maybe my affiliate link in description or the first fixed comment? Using loss help great channel without any additional cost for you. Okay, thanks for your support, let's go. First of all, let's start with JBL Wave Flex 2. The first thing to talk about is the design. It is an open format Airbnb. That is, it doesn't enter our ear canal and just stays at the entrance of the ear, which means more comfort. The case is compact, ultra light, and the weight of the headphones is barely 5G. In my experience, the accessories are amazing, and even though I have a sports headphone that is having trouble, I am able to run and train with it without having to worry about falling over the technical part. The battery, a highlight of the JBL, promises 40 hours of sound. In practice, I only need to charge it once a week, and it has IP54 protection against sweat and light rain, or in case water splashes, and Bluetooth connectivity. Version 5.3 is super stable and also possible. And multiple phone calls. With 4 microphones, the Reflex 2 can hear messages every day, the sound is clear and filters out some outside noise. Of course, it doesn't have the quality of a professional microphone, but due to this price range is above average. In my opinion, where JBL really shines is in the JBL Network Headset app. It has changed our experience. Do you have the full equalizer, ambient mode, or it and real talk? Do you have a feature? It was a real lifesaver. The feature I mentioned is to find my phone. The sound it limits is pretty high and clear. I've lost how many times I've lost headphones. I have other options at home, on the couch, under the bed, and there. But because of this app, because of this feature in the app, I've been able to find these headphones many times, very easily. Now, about the quality of the audio output, right? It has 12mm drivers and the famous pure JBL and bass balance. My only criticism is that the volume is lower than I expected, especially when comparing it to its previous version, the JBL Wave Flex 1. Since it won't cover your ears in noisy places, you will miss out on more volume. If you want to know all the details about this headset, such as the mic test, the link to the full review is on the card. Now we go to the Philips TAT1109 for who wants sound quality without emptying the wallet. Okay, different from the JBL Philips is in-ear with silicone tips that have guaranteed good noise isolation. The design with the bar matches the fixture I find super safe. This caption Note 10. It's also a good workout for me. In the tech part, the battery lasts for 24 hours, which is a decent figure and it's worth the price, but far below the JBL model. It also has IPX4 sweat and splash protection. Connection is 5.4 but in practice, stability and coverage are not met, for example in the expectation of JBL. If I walk around the house, for example, the sound has started to cut off, depending on where I put my phone, and then walk around the house, the microphone will only break branches. It will work well in a quiet environment, but on a busy street it has a hard time separating the sound from the noise. On the app, the chat is pretty fast, and it doesn't have any app for this headset. Here is a headset actually. Play the most basic games. Another point I found in the process that wasn't so good was pairing the device with the new one. This is actually a feature that is a bit clumsy in the functionality of the headset app, just in case, huh? But with these drawbacks, because I still recommend this simple headset because of its sound output quality, it's on this issue, it shines very well for an earbud that costs about $30. Values. The sound quality is amazing, and the 10mm driver provides very balanced audio. The maximum volume is great, and the immersion of using this headset here is great. If the offer sounds great, and the price is low, are you interested? His full review is also on the card. Okay, now let's look at two aspects. JBL Wave Flex 2 for around $39, you will find that Philips has up to $1,109 about $30. The question: Your ending here should be, who accompanied me here is the most worthwhile, and the answer depends entirely on where you will use these headphones and how much value they are today. These values I quote may not have been practiced by the time you watch this video. The main weakness of the JBL is an issue with the volume itself, which is just okay. Like him, because he can't see from your ears in a noisy environment, which can negatively affect you. Philips, since it's in ear, there's one. The right volume height makes you more isolated in the world. So my advice is, if you are going to use your headphones, especially in noisy places such as subways, gyms, or busy streets. Philips TAT isolates up to 1109 and will bring you a better and more immersive experience. Now, if you're looking for headphones to use in a quiet environment, such as at home or office, then the story has changed. JBL's low volume is no longer an issue, and the small price differential is justified. It will have higher, stable connectivity and all the app features for this purpose. JBL, in my opinion, this would be the firmest purchase, but obviously if you find out there, Philips will have half the cost of the TAT1109, maybe $20, maybe it's worth considering buying, given that the main focus of our headphones is listening to music or doing gaming venues is listening to something itself, right? Not talking is a problem with the battery, something like this, our main. The key is the quality of the audio output, and at this point the TAT1109 isn't much worse than the JBL JBL. It has the functionality of the app and all the other things that can make a difference, but in its basic quality, so to speak, is well balanced. Now I want to hear from you which two headphones are best for your daily life. Please leave your opinion in the comments. And of course, if the video here is helpful to you, don't forget to leave a like and sign up here. I'll stay here for a big hug until the next one.